I know what it is. It's a trash talk game between Dominick Cruz and Cody Garbrandt. Heading into 207. Now, I wanted to bring this up because I think it's a special. I think we're seeing something special happening because the McGregors of the world, the Sonens of the world, they get touted because they're kind of bombastic, and loud, and you're throwing water bottles. What we're seeing Dominick Cruz do in this lead up has been absolute precision. I mean, it is absolute shit talking at its finest level. Now, will that transition when the young bull gets in there with him, starts throwing them things? I don't know, but I will say in the lead up, the trash talk has been fun to watch.
Super fun, man. I don't think anybody's under any kind of impression that Cody Garbrandt was going to outwit and outsmart Dominick Cruz in the lead up, but that's not what Cody Garbrandt's all about. And we all know I got a little Cody Garbrandt bias in me, so I do got to point out he had a really good line that got bleeped out, but you can hear it if you listen to the unedited version that was floating around. He said, "I never had to chase pussy, and I'm not going to start doing it against you in the ring." That's an awesome line. Come on, that's a good one. That one got bleeped out, and he doesn't get enough credit for that one. But overall, it's a clear 10-9 for Dominick in that exchange. But thankfully, they talk with their fists inside the cage, man. And I'm legitimately not just saying this. I'll go on record. I think Cody's going to catch him, man. I've been saying it since it got announced. Everybody says, "Oh, Dom can't be hit." Dom gets hit in every fight, and he told you that in his interview. He says, "I get hit in every fight. You expect to get hit. It's a fight." The difference is when Cody touches you with them hands, man, you panic quickly. And even if you don't get knocked out, look at the Thomas Almeida fight. He didn't knock him out, but he rocked him so hard that Almeida just turtled up and straight up quit on him. He quit. And it's what that power does, man. The kid's been doing it since he was 13 years old. In the streets, in the gym, he touches you and you go down. It only takes one. And I think it's going to happen.
Well, I'm glad you highlighted that line because I'm still laughing about it because I didn't hear it because it got, like I said, got bleeped out. But the two that I thought were gems were the one where Dominick said, that he bought a house thanks to Team Alpha Male, by beating Team Alpha Male. And then when Cody got particularly kind of ramped up on him, he goes, "Yeah, tough guy. You're about that age, right out of high school," where I'm like, oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. But I do think stylistically, you're right. I think it's going to be much different. I think people expect Cruz to dance around him and work him, and I don't think that's going to be the case. I think Cody's wrestling, which we haven't seen, is going to be an asset in this. Now, I don't know about the time difference. So, I think Cruz, it'd be foolish to say that that Cody's going to have an easy time. I don't think anybody's going to have an easy time in this. But one element I do see, and Cruz kind of mentioned in our interview, which you can check out on FloCombat. He said that, Cody forces everything. Like, everything's forced. Nothing flows. So I think, he comes up and swings and misses a bunch and gets tagged back in the process. That could cause some frustration. That could cause some, some panic. But at the same time, Cody seems so chill in his element and so ready for this fight. He doesn't look like he has the jitters at all, man. This is something that he was, like you said, born to do. He's been doing it for a long time. I think this is going to be the highlight of UFC 207. Forget about Rousey and because I don't know who she's fighting because the promos don't tell me who she's fighting. All I know is that Ronda Rousey's fighting, which is what we'll deal with in the next episode. And that bullshit. Nah, let's get into that now.
Let's just do it.
It pisses me off to no degree that the UFC is pushing. Granted, it's great that she's coming back. Everybody loves Ronda. That should be a sitcom, by the way. Everybody loves Ronda until she loses, and then everybody hates her. But everybody wants to see her come back. That's great. But you cannot take away from what Amanda Nunes has done to get here. I mean, she made Miesha Tate just look way worse than Ronda ever made her. She won the fight before that. Now she's fighting Ronda Rousey. She beats Ronda Rousey. She's got Fighter of the Year right there, I think. I think they don't get any bigger than that. But to leave her out of every promo that you're doing, you do these long extended, circle the date and all this, Ronda drinking coffee. Not even a clip of Nunes fucking hitting the bag or blah, blah, blah. She doesn't appear until the final image on the poster opposite of Rousey.
It's crazy.
It's nuts. Go ahead. Back me up on this. I can't be nuts.
No, you're definitely not nuts. I'm backing you up on that 100%. I think Joe Rogan had your back too. He was ranting about it the other day on Twitter. It's 100% legit, man. But I'm trying, like I said, I'm always trying to be optimistic and see the positive. Is this almost good? Is this almost good for Amanda? Because what wrecked Rousey against Holm? What was the big excuse floating around? Excuse, explanation, whatever you want to call it. The media and the hype got to her, and it was too much pressure. They're coming right back in and starting to heap that pressure right back on her with ramping up this comeback. Amanda gets to sit back and sip on her tea and do whatever she wants to do, get ready, and just be like, yeah. They don't expect me to win. That's cool. I'm going to win anyway because she is. And I feel like it's almost good for her because she's making champion money right now regardless. I don't know if she has pay-per-view points or not, but that obviously helps. But Rousey's involved. That's going to sell it on its own without putting Nunes in there. So what's the harm for her? Yeah, you want your face out there. You want to get out there. You want the exposure for sure. I'm really just playing devil's advocate here. But I can see it almost being a positive because now Rousey's got that pressure right back on her, and we don't know where she's at mentally. She definitely went off the rails after Holm knocked her out. We don't know if she's fully back yet. Damon Martin yesterday tweeted that Rousey wasn't doing media, but that's subject to change. So she's just skipping out on media. What does that say? You're not mentally ready for that media tour again, or you're not strong enough to maybe tackle a tough question? That's really alarming to me, man. You should be able to jam out interviews if you're a professional. And I see this being bad for Ronda, and I see this being her way out, and Amanda will get the last laugh in the promos.
Well, and then I totally agree, and I was going to bring that up next with the media thing. They said weeks ago, Dana said Ronda's not going to deal with you guys because you guys are awful to her. Come on, man, that's bullshit. And I've said it the entire time since. Look at it's a tale of two stories, right? Of two losses. Rousey loses to Holm, Conor loses to Nate. The way that those two fighters handled the post-fight situation is why Conor picked up popularity at a loss, and Ronda, everybody went on like the hate path, right? Conor went back to the locker room, wiped the blood off, took a shower, put on a suit, sat there for 20 minutes, ate crow, did what he had to do, got back about his business, okay? Ronda went on this year-long hiatus, popping up on Ellen, talking about suicide. And not that that's a joke. I'm just saying, it's a sympathy thing, man. Come on. And then now that she can't sit down in 2 weeks out or 11 days out and can't sit down with the media and answer tough questions, it's ridiculous. So, yes, it very much shows that the dent in her armor is still very much there. Nunes is not going to have any sympathy for her at all, and it's going to be a bad, bad night for Ronda Rousey. So, and you know what's worse? They took her movies away after the first one. What are they going to do after this one? They don't even have any movies to take away.
They'll take away Metro PCS, man. That's all that's.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't take my phone. You can take my movies, but don't take my phone. But
take my heavy bag slow mo.
I'm smiling while you're talking, not because of the subject matter or anything, but because the irony of it is setting in that we were just saying how they're saying that the media treats Ronda poorly, and now here we are going all in on her on all this, like we are the problem. But
yes, the neckbeards.
No.
But that's what I'm saying. Well, but media goes all in for a fair reason. So that's kind of level out the irony there. Media goes in for fair reason because there is when we have to talk to a wall, then we're going to make up our own dialogue, and not that it's necessarily like vindictive or it's nothing like that. Just if she's blocking us out, then that means that there is, then we have to look further into it, and when we look further into it, we see that yes, it's still that mental weakness that's been there, that she's been catered to. We all know this. This isn't a made up narrative. It's true that she's been catered to and pushed further. And look at like the Cyborg thing, look at the Misha thing, look at the way those athletes were treated in light of better treatment for Ronda. So I think I don't think it's a good situation. Now, if she would just kind of shuck it all and say, okay, look, I'm going to sit down here, I'm going to give you 45 minutes, media scrum, ask away, then I think we shut up.
Yeah,
we have to shut up, right?
Yeah, it would look awesome on her part. Like, to get out and do something like that, media members definitely respect that. Like, I don't know, the fighters are so in tune with all of it, I don't know how they could miss that when they're honest and open, the stories we write are going to be better. We will write what you give us, and we, like you said, if you give us nothing, then that's the narrative we have to go with. You gave us nothing, and you were being cold, and you didn't give us anything to work with, so how can we possibly spin that into a positive? But when you're open, intelligent enough people to pick out what you mean or what kind of, how you're feeling and everything. We can spin that together for you. And I feel like if more fighters would open up, you get those better stories, those deeper, more emotional, truer stories. I mean, you get more truth the more they say. So, it's frustrating.
Look what's happening with John Jones in the last 6 weeks, right? John Jones has opened up. He did Rogan. He did 2 articles with us, and people are starting to understand the dialogue more. When you hide away, they're going to fill in those spaces. And I can't, when you were talking, I go back to Ronda. You remember the press conference that I'm getting all animated and he's got oxendine. He's been oxendine. Yeah. Twice in one show. Do you remember the press conference where like the guy asked her about Travis Brown and she ends the conference call in the first question?
Yeah, shout out Mark Raimondi, right? Wasn't that him? I think that's hilarious.
It wasn't Raimondi.
What did Raimondi ask her? I thought.
It was similar.
Still.
But
so she did it twice at least. That just strengthens the argument, though.
Yeah, a little Mark bringing that heat. But what I'm saying is, so if you're asked about something that's like public domain, then you're gonna flip out, and then the UFC, from what I understand, push that journalist off of conference calls or media credentials because he pissed Ronda off. That's not how this works. That is not how this works. So props to Conor McGregor. I mean, if you put those two in comparison, the 2 biggest stars, I'm sorry, Dana, but Conor is a much bigger star, and he delivers.
Yeah.
And Conor doesn't shy away. And, and it just, I don't know. So I think that Ronda gets beat. That ends that run, start 2017, and there's no Conor for 10 months. Max is hurt. No Ronda. What do you do? It's going to be interesting, man. The Lord of Chaos is joining the Lord of Awesome, and they're going to be the dynamic Wonder Twins of 2017. So make your sacrifices now, people.
Man,
give it up.
It's going to get fun. And I just want to say on the Conor-Ronda comparison, it's almost not fair because I don't know if you've heard, but there is only one Conor McGregor. I don't know if you've ever heard that before, but I just wanted to make sure you were aware of that. So
I'm going to write that down.
Yeah, you might want to. I don't know if it's like ingrained in your skull enough after 205 or not, but I still wake up in cold sweats once in a while hearing that tune echoing around in my brain chamber. So
I wake up and I hear, I'd like to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Classic.
I love that clip because he's saying it and then he like gets all animated and grabs the mic, like it's just funny, dude. Like Conor, and I think it's part of his game, but Conor is either unintentionally or very intentionally one of the most funny, most hilarious people in MMA. He's legit funny. I mean, like he cracks me up with the things he says, and I think it's all a part of it, part of the sell. But yeah, anyway, we've done 3 episodes in one today because we got all riled up, and we know you missed us. So catch us back here every day, every Thursday, maybe Friday, twice on Saturday, but definitely every morning here on FloCombat.